Sir, please. I beg of you, believe me.
And you repeat several times, erase our conversations.
Yes,
all
that's right.
There's no doubt in my mind or anybody that sees this, you knew exactly what you're doing.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grim. This guy really tries to beg for forgiveness from Chris Hansen when he gets caught up in their sting operation, and sadly, or actually thankfully I should say, it does not work. So make sure you watch until the very end of this one. We got another classic TCAP episode reaction for you. I don't want the intro to be too long, so let's just get right on into it, shall we?
You know, I get asked all the time, what do these guys have in common? And what I say as an answer is that...
Okay, sorry, Chris. I gotta cut you off real quick. First of all, do you see how this decoy's moving in this intro, bro? I don't know what this drip is, the hoodie over the hat, but if you don't think instantly this is an undercover police officer or somebody working in a sting operation, you're a bozo, all right? So minus 10,000 points for this guy already for being a freaking moron and following this person into the house. Or even if they weren't a cop, I'd be worried of getting attacked or something like that movie Hard Candy. You know what I'm saying? Like, there could just be some weird vigilante person out here doing street justice, and you would just be on the receiving end of that, all right?
The vast majority of these guys do not stand out of a crowd. They don't have the word predator tattooed to their forehead.
And yeah, what Chris says here is honestly very true. I feel that we have this misconception where people might look a certain way, and yes, obviously there are a lot of ugly, glasses-wearing fat dudes out here who look like Discord moderators, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna be a predator, and I think that's a good thing to keep in mind. Now, this guy is old though, so he does kind of fit the role. Still though, you probably wouldn't expect him to be a complete monster. Despite that, here he is stepping foot into somebody who is probably a fifth of his age's house while their parents are away and they're home alone.
Hold on at the kitchen counter for a second. I gotta finish brushing my teeth.
Okay.
What's in the bag?
Oh, nothing really.
Good evening, how are you?
Oh.
And that's right, the decoy makes him wait around for a second, and they are not playing. They just send Chris right out. I love these kind of abrupt ways that they handle this situation sometimes. You know, I feel bad for the decoy, especially in those newer episodes that I started this series reacting to, which is crazy. That's over a year ago now. So shout out to those of you who have been watching me since then. But in those newer episodes, Chris is definitely, you know, making the decoy put in a bit more work. This time, they didn't even have them barely speak to the guy. They just, you know, were outside with their hoodie on, went in and were like, yo, I gotta brush my teeth. Anyways, here's Chris Hansen for you.
What's going on? Go ahead, please sit.
Oh, I'm gonna leave. Okay.
Well, no, I think, no, you need to, trust me.
Whoa, buddy, you can't leave yet because the cops are not quite ready and we got to get some cringe TV out of you. So why don't you stay, answer some questions from Chris, and we'll be moving on with our day, all right? Thank you, Steven. By the way, Steven is 56 years old and he was trying to meet up with, I believe it said, a 14-year-old in this chat room. So yeah, he's got some answers that we need to hear from him to kind of explain what he's doing in this house right now. We all know why he's here, but I'd love to hear his reasoning, especially while he's having to improv right now.
I want to chat for a minute before you do that.
Okay, I want to go, please. I don't.
What are you doing? I want to see what's in your pocket.
Oh, this just a CD.
And this guy really wants to leave. Even Chris is worried about what's in his jacket. He was kind of reaching into his jacket as he got in here. Imagine if he had a piece on him. That would be quite a scary situation. And I always think like, oh, it's almost a miracle none of this happened, because when you back a person into a corner like this, it's kind of hard to know how they're going to react. But thankfully, it's just a mixed CD of some random songs he thought would make him look hip.
May I see it?
This is some songs I have.
Songs?
Yes.
He composes his own music. He's made his own CDs.
Oh, it's his own music, dude. He literally brought a mixtape CD of his own stuff. Why can't you go be out here doing creative things? Instead, you gotta torment young people's lives and possibly ruin them by meeting up with them online, like some sort of monster, dude. And again, I love when these guys have a beautiful career. It does kind of suck when they're unemployed because it's like, oh, he was a loser anyways. But with this guy having a good career, it just makes it that much sweeter to see him throw that all away. His life work now. Everybody who looks up his name, who thinks, oh, this might be a goated, you know, amazing producer, they look it up and they see this TCAP as the first result. That is that is beautiful right there. I love to see that.
He has a life, a wife, a son. It never ceases to amaze me how in one part of a guy's life it can be so totally normal.
And that really is the scary thing about these types of predators. You never know what is lurking underneath in their true personality. And that's one of these sides of just human nature that is very terrifying. I mean, I'm sure many of us out there have had things that happen to us, or we see things happen that somebody does and you're just like, wow, I did not know you had that in you to act in that way or to say that thing or to do that thing. And it really is scary to kind of not realize what sort of monsters lurk underneath the surface for many people.
And what are you doing here, Steven?
I was doing something that I shouldn't be.
And what is that? Why don't you tell me?
Wow, and for once we got almost honesty on the first question. Yes, he is really terrified right now and looks like he just is about to bolt out the door at any moment, but he's at least answering Chris's questions with some integrity, which is rare, dude. Maybe he thinks he's in one of those situations where as long as he fesses up and says, look, it's my bad, they'll let him go. But no, dude, especially when they have the chat logs and you are here showing up, that shows full intent to break the law, and therefore the cops are gonna haul you away at the end of this episode. I hate to tell it to you, but no amount of cool mix CDs on you is gonna get you out of this one. That would be freaking hilarious though. If you just, tossed them a CD, they put it in the cop cruiser on the way into the station and they're like, you know what, this actually slapped. Let's let this freaking weirdo go.
I've never done such a thing, and I didn't want to do it. And
Why did you do it then?
because I'm stupid.
Oh, but now he's, going to the classics. I didn't want to do it. It wasn't my choice. She's the one that kept messaging me, and I didn't even want to show up, even though I'm here right now in the flesh speaking to you.
How old are you, Steve?
I'm stupid. I'm
How old are you?
absolutely, utterly, completely stupid.
How old are you?
56.
56.
I'm stupid, and I've never done such a thing. And God, please.
That's not an age. How old are you, Steven? Like, being completely stupid years old is just not a correct answer there. He's 56, as they said earlier. And correction, the decoy he was speaking to was actually 13, not 14. Not that it matters all that much. Any age around that whole zone is way too young for a person like him to be speaking to, especially in the way that he was speaking to them.
Sir, please. I beg of you. Believe me, I've never done such a thing, and I'm crazy, and I'm wrong.
Dude, you can see him festering here with just pure emotion and fear. He's about to drop down to his hands and knees and beg in front of Chris for some sort of like repentance or safety from the law, and that is just not gonna happen, buddy. I love to see these guys squirm like this. And it's just so hilarious, isn't it? As soon as these guys are met with the possible repercussions of their actions, many of them don't even know exactly who Chris is, or if it's a parent, law enforcement officer, what have you. Before they even know their final, punishment, these guys are open and willing to admit the fact that they knew the whole time what they were doing was wrong and it was sick. And that's the part I really try to drive home in these videos to remind you guys, is that these guys are conscious. You can't feel bad for them for any extraneous circumstances, if that's a word. Hopefully I wasn't just making up a word there. I don't care if you're depressed, I don't care if you're lonely, anything that's gone on in your life, nothing excuses you trying to prey on young people like this. Absolutely nothing.
Says they're 13.
And please, sir, I know, and I don't want it to, I want it to end. I really want it to end and just go.
I don't want it to end. That makes one of us, dude. I want to see you scramble for like hours on end. If anything, if there could be a legit channel where you just have 24/7 live feeds of these creeps getting exposed and realizing their lives are over, I'd be tuned in like a vegetable all day, bro. Just drooling, looking at my TV like, oh yeah, they got him again. Let's go. Like, I would legit just turn into one of the people from the future in WALL-E. All that I need is a constant feed of Chris Hansen owning these creeps, and I'm good. And maybe some movie theater popcorn.
One is, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet children on the internet. Now,
Oh, and we see a new move here. Instead of taking the hands, he uses what is available to him, and he lifts up his jacket to hide his face. Sadly, we already have about, 5 to 10 minutes of you showing your face without even knowing the cameras were here, so that's not going to do much. But I love to see a new technique introduced, especially after I've reacted to so many videos like this in the past.
Now, there's nothing I can do to make you stay here, but if there's anything else you'd like to say, we'd like to hear it.
So he goes full turtle mode in his jacket, picks up his belongings and his mixed CD. He's not just gonna leave that, for Chris. If anything, you gotta pay for that, buddy. Sorry. But he walks out, and now is the best part, where he gets arrested by the police. But shockingly, instead of just stuffing him into the car, they actually allow this guy to try to talk his way out of it, and it's hilarious to listen to.
Just let me go, please.
Here.
Please let me go.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
I'll tell you what.
I've never done such a thing in my life. I never want to do it again.
And as they're putting the cuffs on him with the flashlights and everything out, he is just recycling the same old lines that all these guys do. It's a one-time thing. I didn't want to do it. I'll never do it again if you just let me go. It's so convenient they say that as they're in cuffs, isn't it?
And you repeat several times, erase our conversations. I can get a lot of trouble with this. So you knew exactly what you were doing.
And I'm glad that this lead cop that it seems, I don't know how the rankings work, I don't care about cops, but the guy on the scene here who's responding is not budging on this, thankfully. And I think this is one case where, even the cops are gonna be like, yeah, screw you, dude. Other things they will quite easily overlook, but this, no, not happening. You're going to jail, and hopefully for a long time.
I thought she was going to ask me to take her for a ride to get a burger. I would have talked to her a little bit, gotten a sense.
Nobody's gonna be home.
And he claims it's all fantasy. Look, I don't know why they're giving this guy a platform to just talk like this. You notice how almost every other dude, they're just chucking into the car. Just because he's an old white guy doesn't mean you got to give him privilege to just sit out here and speak his case. Let him do that in the court of law where a judge is in front of him and they can have the full evidence. Obviously, this cop is not budging, thankfully, like I said, but it's just hilarious. They're letting this dude babble on. Literally, in the original video, it's like 3 minutes worth of him just going ham trying to make excuses. So I want to know what you guys thought of this story down in the comments below. Again, a little bit of a shorter one, but I love reacting to these TCAP episodes and hearing your guys' thoughts. It was beautiful seeing this guy get owned. Make sure you check out my Patreon if you want to support me over there, uploading hopefully a few videos this week. Thank you to everyone over there who shows love as always. And until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out.